Everybody, this is Aaron Wachowski coming to you live from Russellville, Arkansas. I'm here to review one of my favorite Wes Craven movies, Shocker. Not People Under the Stairs, although it's a good one too, but Shocker. Now, this movie gets a lot of flack, a ton of it, unnecessarily. It's a really good movie. It's really fun. It's innovative. It's entertaining. Yes, it's hokey at times, but it's the 80s, so, whatever. It stars Mitch Pileggi, where you see him in the electric chair, as Horace Pinker, a television repairman by day, serial killer by night. And he's pretty violent. Let's just put it that way. He's supposedly supposed to be another Freddy Krueger, but it never really worked out, unfortunately. I think it would have been fun to see 3 or 4 or 5 of these, but we never will. Maybe one day we'll see a remake. Wes Craven, get after it. Movie came out in 1989. I was 5 years old at the time. I don't remember it as a kid, but I do remember seeing it when I was about 9 or 10, and that's where I started to really like it. The story starts off with basically a Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff guy walking through his television shop, much like Freddy did in the first movie, walking through the boiler room. It was a fun little opening there. Some voiceover newscast going on, which you see a lot in the movie. One of the only real gripes I have about it. And then it goes to the hero, Jonathan Parker, Peter Berg, who is now a famous director. He did Battleship. He did Friday Night Lights. He did Hancock. And he's really good. Young Jonathan, college kid, college, not high school. A lot of people say high school. He was actually a college student going to I guess it's a made-up school called Midwestern Tech. He's a football player, a tight end, really good. He starts off basically looking at the girls too much. He runs into a goalpost, and before you know it, he starts to have these dreams about a killer who then eventually they meet up in a little melee in his television shop. The killer finds out who the student is, and I won't spoil it for you, but they know each other pretty well, let's put it that way. And of course, by the name Shocker and the picture on the front of the box, you could tell he goes to the electric chair. Comes back as basically a high voltage killer. He can come from anywhere. He can come out of the television. There's a television set. Ooh, creepy. He can walk out of there. He can come out of an electrical outlet, which I have over there on the wall. We all have them. He can pop out of light bulbs. It's a really fun killer. He can do anything. But the problem is that he does not know it, is that he can also be destroyed by these things. So what is his favorite thing to do also becomes his undoing. I don't want to give away the whole movie, so I will just basically tell you that it's a fun movie. It's entertaining. Yes, it's violent. It's very violent. And a lot of people's problem with it was 2 different movies in one. The first half of the movie was a very dark serial killer movie. The second half of the movie is basically a very fun, entertaining, imaginative kind of ghost movie. That ticked a lot of people off. I don't understand why. The first half of the movie, you basically see Horace Pinker, that's the name of the killer. I should have mentioned that earlier. You see his kind of origin, and then he turns into basically the television version of Freddy Krueger. So it's basically like spending the first half of the first nightmare seeing a human Robert Englund and watching him turn into Freddy. I think it would have been a pretty cool idea. It didn't happen, but I think it would have been a cool idea. That's what happened here. You see the first half of a vicious killer as a human, then he turns into a more fun, imaginative ghost. This soundtrack. Got to talk about the soundtrack. Awesome. The song Shocker by the group Dudes of Wrath, which is a super group made of Kiss members. Motley Crue's Tommy Lee is the drummer. Vivian Campbell from Def Leppard is one of the bassist guitar players. Paul Stanley from Kiss is the lead singer. Great song. A cover of Sword in the Stone by Bonfire is a really good song. No More Mr. Nice Guy. Megadeth did a cover of No More Mr. Nice Guy. Fantastic cover. And I can't think of a negative thing about the soundtrack. Every song on the soundtrack is awesome. I wish I had a copy of it. Unfortunately, They're very hard to find, but you can find almost every song here on YouTube. So do yourself a favor, look up Shocker soundtrack if you have it, and watch all the videos, and you'll see what a great soundtrack it was. And now, it's I should have wrote some stuff down before I started, but I didn't. But it's I've said it 100 times already. It's a fun, imaginative movie. It's a Wes Craven movie. It's one of his my favorite Wes Craven movies. It's not as deep as satirical as some of his other movies, which I'm fine with. It's more of just a thrill ride, and he even says himself, it's a nice roller coaster ride. He's a fan of the movie. He thinks it turned out well. He liked it. He can't figure out what other people didn't. So, it'll be kind of a short review. They'll get longer as I go on. This is my very first review, and I kind of ran out of things to say here. But pick it up. Go rent it. It's out there. I know it is. It's called Wes Craven's Shocker. People Under the Stairs is a very good movie as well. I'll review that some other time. But yeah, this is a fantastic movie. It is being released on Blu-ray September 8th by Scream Factory. Do yourself a favor. Go out and buy it. Great movie. You'll have fun. If you don't, then okay. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea. But I enjoyed it, and I think a lot of other people will too if they just give it a chance. Go out, give it a chance. Mitch Pileggi does a fantastic job. This is before the X-Files, so he's not Skinner here. But he does a fantastic job as Horace Pinker. You can tell he's had a lot of fun doing it. So did Peter Berg playing Jonathan, who even said he would do a remake or a sequel if they came up to him. He said that not long ago. So just do yourself a favor. Go see it. Give it a chance. If you don't like it, no harm. It's an hour and 40 minutes, I believe, 45, something like that, without credits. And it's not a bad way to spend a couple hours. It's a fun movie. So there's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped you out. Like I said, my reviews will get longer as I go, but I'm kind of new at this. So anyway, have a great one. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment if you want, and I'll talk to you later.